With the 11th pick in the 2016 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Domantas Sabonis from Kaunas, Lithuania, and Gonzaga University.
Domantas Sabonis, the son of Arvydas Sabonis, going to the Magic with the 11th pick. You see the hugs being shared all around. I have a quick trivia question for you guys. Domantas is the 9th player drafted whose father is in the Hall of Fame. Can you name the first one? I'm going to take that as a no.
The first one, no.
Terry Mikan, son of George Mikan, drafted by the Lakers in the 4th round in 1970, I believe, played a year for the Cavaliers.
I'd like to have said, oh, I was going to have that, Rick. I was not going to have that.
Well, Terry Mikan told me the Mikan drill was named after him. I'm sensing he was a liar.
Domantas Sabonis greeting Adam Silver, and tough guy from Gonzaga, JB.
He is a tough guy. He is a lefty, 6'10", doesn't have long arms, but grabs 15 rebounds per 40 minutes. He can post up. He had 23 double-doubles on the year. That was 6th most behind and tied with Ben Simmons and Sean Long of Louisiana Lafayette. He may not be the longest or the most athletic, but he's got really good feet. He is very skilled, and he rebounds his tail off, and he is really, really tough. He loves to play. He does not shy away from contact. He has been really well coached, and he is a great teammate. And in the NCAA tournament, he dominated his individual matchup with Jakob Poeltl of Utah. He had 19 points, 10 rebounds, and held Poeltl to just 5 points and 4 rebounds.
Well, Sabonis is going to give you post-up play to go with Vucevic, who's one of the league leaders in mid-range points, and Aaron Gordon, who's a terrific leaper.
So Domantas Sabonis goes with the 11th overall pick to Orlando. He's with Lisa.
Tomas, you're following in your father's big footsteps, but this moment tonight is all about you. What has this journey been like for you tonight?
It's been amazing. Just going through here, working every day hard. I'm just happy I'm here, and I'm happy my family came here to support me. Just an amazing feeling.
Now, with your dad having played in the NBA, there are going to be the comparisons, the expectations. How do you hope to be able to just forge your own path in the NBA?
I'm trying to make my new image. I just use that as motivation. I'm proud of my father. He's the best that ever was, and I look up to him. He's my idol.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Your dad is standing by with our Andy Katz right now.
All right, thank you, Lisa. Arvydas, you entered the NBA at the end of your career. What does it mean to you to see your son enter the NBA now, obviously at the beginning of his career?
It means a lot, you know, and I never have chance to be in the draft, you know, and Domas give me chance to be there inside and see what happens.
He told me.
With the 12th pick in the 2016 NBA Draft, the Utah Jazz select Taurean Prince from Baylor University.
Wow.
Well, Taurean Prince averaged 16 points per game for Scott Drew's team. A versatile forward. A little taken aback by that. I got a wow from you, Jalen.
Yes, I'm taken aback, but not surprised. But if you watch the Utah Jazz, they're actually on an arc to be not only a playoff team, but they've acquired so many good young players. They're actually building for depth. So this does make sense from that theory, and I appreciate what they're trying to get accomplished.
And remember, this pick is likely going to Atlanta, though, because of the trade. Yeah, because of the trade with Jeff Teague. Still a proposed trade right now, as you see Taurean Prince from Baylor, senior forward, coming down and making his way to the stage. Assuming he goes to the Hawks, what are they getting there, Jay?
Well, they're getting a guy who's long, athletic, who can really run in transition, and he's a very good three-point shooter. More of a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. Shot about 38% from three for his career. Got a good floater when he puts it on the deck. Makes about 49% of those, and he finishes at the rim at a 55% rate, which is not bad. Not really a pick-and-roll player. Shot 4 of 16 out of pick-and-roll situations this last year, but he's got all the physical tools, and I think he plays really hard. I think he can be a good defender because of that length. Baylor played a lot of zone. So there are a lot of people that might not have known, hey, this guy can be a really good defender, but his length, athletic profile, how hard he plays, and the fact he can stretch the floor with the three-point shot really makes him attractive. I had him rated number 30. But this is hardly crazy. I mean, he's got, and then we said the draft started at 9, so we're going to see some different things coming up.
And the Hawks lost Damari Carroll to free agency to the Toronto Raptors, so now they're trying to fill that void.
And didn't Prince also in the NCAA tournament give us the definitive definition of what rebounding was?
Yes, he's a walking thesaurus and dictionary. So he can define rebounding, he can define length, he can define a lot of things. And now he can define a big check.
In case you missed it, they asked why his team was out rebounding. He said because they got more missed shots than we did or something to that effect. So Taurean Prince apparently on his way to the Hawks. Jeff Goodman joins us now, who's been watching the draft and the moves. It might not be Prince. It's the only one on the move. The guy just taken, Domantas Sabonis, Jeff, from Gonzaga going to Orlando. Is he on the move as well?
Yeah, that's right, Reese. You've got Domantas Sabonis, the 11th pick, along with Victor Oladipo, going to Oklahoma City. And how about Sam Presti trading Serge Ibaka to Orlando? So big trade here. Imagine Sabonis with Steven Adams, two of the hardest playing big guys that I've seen come through in the last few years.
Okay, so Jeff Goodman breaking some trade news. And again, a reminder, all of these trades are proposed. So that would have Serge Ibaka going to Orlando, Sabonis going to Oklahoma City. Michael, what's your reaction to that, assuming that is
I told Jalen I thought the Sabonis would be included, and they were selecting him for Oklahoma City. But Jalen brings up a great point. With the way Oklahoma City plays, I mean, Adams is a freakish athlete. I mean, he is. I don't know if we describe Sabonis that way. What's interesting here is you look at Oklahoma City and what they have to prepare for in case. I mean, not just right now with Kevin Durant being a free agent, but also with Russell Westbrook next year being a free agent. And Sam Presti, how forward do you look in the future when you go and get Victor Oladipo, a guy who can just give you backcourt play, speaking of positionless, more too, but can give you some one? Are you preparing for the potential departure of Russell Westbrook anyway? I mean, a lot of things you have to wonder about with Oklahoma City given their stars being free agents.
Okay, he's a 4-time scoring champion. Russell Westbrook led the league in triple-doubles. You need somebody that can do both, but also concentrate on defending on a nightly basis. Victor Oladipo will give you that effort.
And what Oklahoma City fans would like is just to keep all of those dudes if they could. If they could keep Westbrook and Durant, now they have Oladipo as well as Sabonis. Okay, we've got the Phoenix Suns on the clock right now. But we want to check in with Andy Katz right now with a piece of news. Andy, what do you have? Andy's got Domantas with him right now.
All right. With the 13th pick in the 2016 NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select Yorgos Papagiannis from Megaro, Greece. He last played for Panathinaikos in Greece.
And playing for Panathinaikos, he averaged a little over 6 points per game, shot 68% from the floor. So, Franny, we believe the Kings are getting him. What are they getting in this big fella?
They're getting a huge, young, low-post player who can score from the outside as well. Very successful at the junior level. In fact, very good against the United States in the Under-19 World Championships last year. This young man actually spent his junior year at Westtown High School in the suburbs of Philadelphia, and he considers himself a Philadelphia guy. I asked him, gyros or cheesesteaks? And he said gyros, and his favorite movie, of course, Creed. And he watched it 5 times, he told me today. But a huge kid, lots of potential. He's a low-post banger, and he's going to play for a guy as the GM in Vlade Divac, who knows something about playing in the low post. This is a pick for the future, and he's going to team with DeMarcus Cousins and a young team trying to be building in Sacramento.
Proposed trade. You see the Suns logo behind Franny and the Suns hat that will go on the head of Yorgos Papagiannis, but on his way to Sacramento. And he is the 13th pick in the draft, and the Chicago Bulls have the last pick of the lottery. Chicago is going to be making a pick in 4.5 minutes in this draft.
With the 14th pick in the 2016 NBA Draft, the Chicago Bulls select Denzel Valentine from Michigan State University.
You want a guy who will bring a smile to the fans, an electric guy, hard-working guy, much like Buddy Hield when we said earlier that improved each and every year while he was at Michigan State. Here is Denzel Valentine, the AP National Player of the Year, averaged 19 points, nearly 8 assists, better than 7 rebounds. In some quarters, we read all the reports. There have been some concern about Denzel's knees. Obviously, the Bulls not concerned about them. Why does Denzel Valentine fit in this team now in the post-Derrick Rose era?
Because he's a terrific all-around player that knows how to play. And, you know, I heard the thing about the knees. I'm not crazy about all this medical stuff being discussed unless it's for real. But say he's got Brandon Roy's knees. Right, Brandon Roy had 7 great years in the league. If you get 7 great years out of Denzel Valentine, I don't care what his knees look like. He's excellent in pick and roll. The guy averaged over 19 points, close to 8 rebounds, close to 8 assists. He's the only player to have those kind of numbers since assist has been kept. And he's got a quick release on his shot. He came into Michigan State as a non-shooter, and now he's a very good perimeter shooter, shooting 45% from 3. He struggled to defend at times on the perimeter, but he's one of those guys that plays angles and figures it out. Denzel Valentine is going to figure out a way to be a really effective and outstanding player in the NBA. And I really do believe, guys, knowing how to play is a big deal. He's a great kid. He is a great leader. And I think he's going to go a long way in the league.
You're going to love this one, Will Bonnie. You say somebody know how to play? How about this? Michael Ray Richardson. That's right. A guy that can get you points, rebounds, and assists at 6'5". Denzel Valentine's really going to fit in Chicago, getting Jimmy Butler open shots, creating for other teammates the way Michael Ray Richardson did back in the day.
I do love this pick, Jalen. Look, what the Bulls have done really well, even when drafting at the end of the round, is draft.
Yep.
Jimmy Butler, Mirotic, McDermott last year, they have drafted really well for a number of years, even when making the playoffs.
So Denzel Valentine going to the Bulls, and Denzel is with Lisa Salter.
Denzel, take a look at the monitor. This was your reaction when you were drafted, and it was one of the best reactions of the night so far.
Oh, I guess it.
Just tell me what you were feeling when it all went down.
Ooh, I was getting nervous there, pick after pick, and you're just kind of sitting there wondering. And, I'm just so glad I'm going to the Bulls, and I'm going to give them my all, and I'm just glad to get this process going.
Now, there were concerns about your knees because of the scope you had on your left knee this season, and you were telling me yesterday you had surgery on your right knee in high school. What did you say to the Bulls to reassure them that you're ready to go?
I mean, I've only missed 4 games in college and, a number of practices. I'm healthy now. I'm healthy now, and that's all I can say to them. And so they felt like I was ready, so I guess they picked me, and I'm just happy to be with the Bulls now.
Glad the wait is over, right?
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Lisa, and this
coverage of the
back to the NBA Draft 2016 presented by State Farm. Just wrapped up the lottery. The Denver Nuggets are on the clock. Nuggets already picked earlier tonight, taking Jamal Murray from Kentucky. So now that we're out of the lottery, doesn't mean you can't find really good players. Some first-round non-lottery gems include Eric Bledsoe and Avery Bradley, the 19th overall pick to Boston. Kawhi Leonard, selected by Indiana, has gone on to be a great player for the Spurs. Jimmy Butler, 5 years ago tonight, was the last pick in the first round by the Bulls. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 15th overall, is becoming a star for Milwaukee. And now the Nuggets have an opportunity to add to their young talent, already getting Jamal Murray tonight. So where do you see them going? What would the Nuggets need to do right now with Murray in the fold and the young players they already have?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I mean, Ellenson, Deontay Davis, Wade Baldwin are up next on the best available list, and then there are a number of European players. So I wouldn't be surprised. We expected, I think Fran Fraschilla said he expected about 8 European players to go. So I would not be surprised if this is when it starts, kind of the middle of the first round, out of the lottery. Call it draft and stash, whatever you want. Maybe some of these guys are ready to come over now, but there are going to be a number of Euros that are going to go over the next 15 picks.
See which direction Denver tries to go right now, Mike.
It doesn't figure Denver's going to try to bring 3 rookies into camp.
Correct.
So if there's going to be a
young
draft and stash, as Jay says, you would expect it to start right about here.
Yeah, they already set a record, or led the league, I should say, last year in rookie starts. So they already have a young team, the big Corey, the rookies or first-year players. You assume that Murray's going to move into that role, and you see what the Nuggets do now. So is there anybody that you're surprised that hasn't gone yet? Who's the biggest surprise?
I'm looking at probably Baldwin at this point. I know it's probably that he's a sleeper.
Wade Baldwin from Vanderbilt.
Yep. Absolutely. I think that's the guy that probably should be going here soon.
Okay, so the Nuggets getting this pick as a result of the trade with the Rockets that involved Ty Lawson. So the Nuggets making this pick right now as commissioner.
With the 15th pick in the 2016 NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select Juan Hernan Gomez from Madrid, Spain. He last played for Estudiantes in Spain.
Well, Billis is on fire with the predictions tonight. International player Juan Hernan Gomez going.
I didn't say who. I just said international. You can't give me credit for that.
Well, I try. I do my best to take care of you. But Fran Fraschilla, you've said that Hernan Gomez might be the most ready guy from overseas now.
Exactly right, Reese. This kid's 20 years old, almost 21, 6'9". He's your classic stretch four man. Outstanding shooter, pretty good athlete, and again, you average double figures in the ACB, and you're 20 years old. You're in select company. I love this kid because he's tough as well, and a basketball family. Dad was a player. His older brother Willie drafted by the Sixers last year, and best of all, in the family, the mom might be the best player. She was a member of the Women's Olympic team in 1992. I do think he can help the Nuggets right now. Don't think he's draft and stash because of the experience in the ACB. And I got to tell you, a terrific mentor would be Danilo Gallinari, who plays a similar game. And remember, Denver does, to this point, a really good job with international guys.
A number of international guys on that roster right now, and Fran mentioned Juan Hernan Gomez's brother Willie's buddies with Kristaps Porzingis, and the Knicks have his rights. Perhaps both brothers will come over in the not-too-distant future and play in the NBA. Juan Hernan Gomez picked 15th overall, and you just heard Fran say expected to come over to the Nuggets soon. And now Boston is back on the clock right now with the 16th overall pick. The Celtics active in the draft, 3 first-round picks, entertaining all kinds of trade offers right now. So the Celtics haven't necessarily made all of the moves that were expected just yet, as Tom Penn joins us right now. So, Tom, how do you see Boston's strategy right now as they navigate their way through so many of these draft picks, 8 of them in all going through the second round tonight?
Yeah, right now it's draft. Look at this. They took Jaylen Brown. Now they go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all tonight, and then there's more next year. Add that to what else Danny Ainge has to work with. Most of these players are under contract. Smart, Olynyk, Zeller's restricted, Jonas Jerebko, all good players. That's not the question, though. Is anybody NBA great? Is anybody go after LeBron and get past him in the East? Thomas is their best player as an all-star, but he's overachieved, I think. They do have this $35 million in cap space to play with. Danny Ainge could get greatness going after the cap space, right? That may come front and center in this whole building of the team. But until it does, he's going to have to talk about these bold deals. Is Jaylen Brown interesting enough to make that team better? Can they get anybody interesting enough with the rest of these picks to make that team big time better? That's the challenge for Danny Ainge. It's been the plan all along. They got to find bona fide greatness to go with.